Hey guys, what's going on? Hey, it's Mark Lane. Thought I would do this live video of this rehab that we're just getting ready to start, and just closed on Friday. Doing a walkthrough today. Gonna meet my contractor over here tomorrow and get started. So I want to bring you guys through, see what you think, and feel free to throw any advice out there on what you would do to this. I'm gonna flip the camera around so you guys can see the house, and then I'm gonna start walking through. Alright, here we go. I'm back up a little bit. By the way, I'm using a selfie stick. It's kind of funny because I was making fun of my oldest stepdaughter for using one, and here I am using a selfie stick, so kind of funny, but it is what it is. Alright, so here's the house. We bought this for $47,500, which I think is going to be a pretty good buy. Yeah, on the exterior, there's really next to nothing to do other than power wash and clean it up a bit. You can see over, I mean, you can see, you can't really see the roof, I guess, but it looks like a newer roof up there. All newer siding at some point in the recent past. I mean, I've been around the house and there's almost none of it that's damaged. And then replacement windows pretty much throughout. So on the exterior, we lucked out. There's really very, very little to do. Over here, you can see the stoop, pretty banged up. So either one, I'm going to try to get rid of this part here and then scoot this thing in. And if we can do that, then it should work out perfect. If not, what I might do is just try to build a small deck off of the front door, because I don't want to end up messing with that stoop all over again. Even though that could be a fairly cheap fix, you know, get a masonry guy over here to replace those blocks, and it may turn out pretty easy. This fence we'll just get rid of. It's really serving absolutely no purpose. And see, it's just serves no purpose at all. It's just there in the front. So getting rid of that, I think, is going to open up the appeal of the house, because right now part of it looks blocked off, and it's okay, kind of makes you wonder like why or what's blocking it off, and makes it feel a little bit unsymmetrical. So getting that fence out of there will make it feel a little bit more symmetrical. So, and then down here I have a little bit of landscaping, so killing the weeds, throwing a little bit of mulch over here will make it look pretty nice. Have an egress window down here. Looks like it's broken, but it's kind of nice to have that extra egress. On the side over here, you can see that we got our electrical already on the outside, so that does not need to be updated. All the siding, everything looks good. Again, just needs power washing over here. If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or a comment or something, just so I know that I got everybody's attention. Got an AC unit. Looks like it's probably in working order, but we'll get that tested to find out for sure. And then outside, looks like we got a pretty nice backyard, so this is going to be pretty appealing to a family. The exterior in the back looks pretty good. Again, back here, siding looks great, windows look good, and then you can see this area over, kind of like it's, I don't know if it's an addition or if it was built that way, but anyway, we'll paint up those columns, make them look nice and sharp, replace those windows in the back, and replace that back door to where it'll have a walkout. And then this is going to look pretty sharp back here once it's all done. Maybe we'll do a little bit of landscaping just to brighten it up, probably fix these or replace them with retaining block or something. So anyway, and then the other side of that house, it looks just the same as all the rest. So on the exterior, it's gonna be a really easy fix. Take you guys through the interior. That's the fun part. It's not quite as pretty on the inside. What's up, James? Mike, what's going on, buddy? we don't have lights on in here yet, I don't think, so might be a little bit dark. We'll see what we get. So here's the inside. Not quite as sexy as the outside, but overall it's still not really bad. Once you do this for a business, you realize, you know, after 2 days of demo, it's all out of your hair. You know, you throw away all the junk, pull up the carpet, rip off the trim, and then you're just left with a shell to work with. So I never really look at like how bad the house is, what kind of condition it's in, if it's in bad shape, because it just really doesn't matter that much as long as the numbers work. So we'll probably wrap this beam. We'll wrap this beam either with drywall or maybe we'll even expose the wood and just clean it up. But the windows are kind of an odd placement. You know, you got these two big windows next to each other, and then a small one on the side, which is really just to let light in, but it really just doesn't make much sense. It would have been a lot nicer if this window here with the shades was more in center of the wall, but you know, it's not a fix that we're going to mess with at this point because the siding's already done and it just wouldn't make any sense. And then over here you have another slider or another big window. So you got like 3 big windows all next to each other, and then you got this one where you've got like a double hung next to a slider. It just doesn't make any sense. And you'll find that the more you do this kind of business, you just find that people make a lot of dumb choices when it comes to remodeling their houses. Like there's just no thought that goes into it. So here's the kitchen. So pretty much like some of these cabinets could probably be kept, but you know, we're just going to tear them all out, put in a brand new kitchen. And again, so here you see kitchen sink, and above it is a cabinet instead of a window. So they should have been flip-flopped, and you know, it's always nice to have your window over your kitchen sink whenever possible. So we might end up moving this window. I'm going to get my kitchen guy in here, get a layout done, and see what we can do. You know, it's not the end of the world if we have to. It's, you know, we might be replacing a half a square of siding on the outside and a little bit of framing, but to have a nice functional kitchen is far more important than saving a few bucks. So all this kitchen will pretty much be gone. We'll have brand new cabinets, granite, stainless steel appliances in here once it's all said and done. And of course, you know, this flooring. You can see here they've got flooring on top of flooring. It just, I mean, somebody had no clue what they were doing. So all the flooring will be replaced. So the kitchen isn't really very big, but it at least goes up to this room here, which is a really nice sized living room that I think will create a pretty good feel once it's all done. And then got these couple lights up here. I'm not sure what those were supposed to be, but we might. And then you have these light there, or at least a box for it. They're really close together. Again, doesn't really make any sense. So we'll have to figure that out. You know, these might be able to be turned into a recessed light. And then this might get relocated, or might just get rid of it altogether to where we can put a ceiling fan in here. So then there's another area back here off the kitchen where this, again, got more newer windows. You know, all the bones in the house feel really good. You know, there's no cracking, all the, you know, the lines of the drywall, everything look really good. So in here, we'll probably carry the same flooring of whatever's in the kitchen. We'll carry it all the way through into this room. So this will become probably like a dining room and just a little bit of an extra like sitting room or something. It's sometimes kind of hard to figure out like what a person's going to use a room as. And then here's the stairs behind me. So here's a side door going up to the stairs. So the bathroom is a weird one. Like, I've never been thrown off on how to organize a bathroom as far as a layout, but this is going to be a tough one. I can't figure out what they were trying to do. So you got the tub in here, okay, and that actually looks pretty good. We'll keep that. All right, we'll keep that. Throw a new shower head on there. Toilet placement looks okay, and vanity all looks okay. So if it was just that, it would be fine. But then, so you got the door, which is here. You got the door going into the bathroom, and this is a doorway here going into that room. So unless they were just going to use this, like this part, as laundry, which it looks like, I mean, there's water shutoffs there, got gas line, dryer vent. So I think that they were going to use this corner as a laundry area, and then all that back there was going to be bathroom. But having this extra doorway in the middle makes really absolutely no sense. So once I get my contractor over here, I'm going to have to take this thing. That's just, it's nothing. So that can be removed. What I'd like to see is if this whole wall here can be removed, then we can open it up into one nice big, almost kind of like a luxury style bathroom. So that's what I'm hoping for. Again, you know, this wall will have to be taken back to about, you know, somewhere around here. I mean, you can see there, there's probably some framing in there. So if we can bring it down here, then we can cut off. That will make the bathroom feel far more functional, because you don't need all the space between the tub and this doorway. So pretty much from the side of the tub all the way up and around, all the way down here, we'll remove this whole thing if possible. And there shouldn't be any way that this should be load bearing, for the fact it's such a short span, and then it jets over in the other direction. So that there shouldn't be anything load bearing there. We should be able to remove that. Remove all this all the way over to the tub. So then we'll open it all up. We'll have the same flooring, same tile going throughout the whole bathroom, which will make it feel really nice and big. You got a dual vanity here, which will throw a new top on that. Maybe a new vanity. It just depends. I mean, that's really not in bad shape. And then the double mirror that goes with it, again, not in bad shape, but at the same time, it's not really super appealing. So for the cost of a nice big 60-inch mirror, or whatever the size this is, I think we'll get the benefit out of replacing it all. Again, had new twist. So and of course up here we'll have to put in an exhaust fan, and we'll have to move these lights, move them into one up at the top, so we'll get one nice bar light going all the way across. All right. So that's the bathroom. So I think that makes sense. This guy up here, this will all get removed, and of course you see the ceiling. This is that old, like, I don't even know what it's made out of. But this will be removed, drywall, so we'll do drywall on the ceiling all the way throughout. And then I think throughout the entire house, we'll do new doors, new trim, so that by the time it's all done, the whole house is done, you're going to have what's going to feel like a pretty much new exterior. And on the interior, it's going to feel pretty much like new. So you're going to have new kitchen, remodeled bathroom, all the doors and all the trim are going to be new, and all the flooring is going to be new. So that's why we always sell houses so well, is because they have such a new feel to them. When you leave too much, well, that's good, cool. There's an old dead bird. All right. So upstairs actually is not bad. There's a free mattress if anybody wants it. Looks like it's pretty nice and clean. All right, so this is a big room. It's probably a 12 by 18 would be my guess. But it really looks pretty good. Again, newer windows up here. You got a huge closet. You basically have kind of a walk-in closet there with another closet. So a lot of closet space. So this would very likely be the master. Another bedroom here. Again, with a double closet. It's always nice to have the extra nice closet space. Some of the houses made back in the like 50s and 60s, the closet's only a single wide, and it's like a swing door, so it's just really small closets, and it's nice to get into the houses where they have full-size closets in them. And again, another closet, full size. Okay, so ceilings look good. You know, we do have popcorn up here. The ceiling, which I'm not a fan of, but you know, when it's a hot market like it is, you don't have to do as much to the house to get people to pull the trigger and buy. You know, when it's a really cold market and you know it's harder to sell, you have to do more to the house to make it more appealing and make people want to pull the trigger. So we probably won't do anything with the popcorn aside from paint it. And these, you know, probably going to have to do something here because I know that if we get an FHA buyer, that's not going to pass the FHA code just due to too much of a gap between the spindles. That's probably at least an 18-inch gap between those. So that will have to be fixed. All right, so that's the major part of the house. I'll take you downstairs, which it's dirty, but nothing really we're going to do down there. Alright, so it's pretty dark, but this room just has tons of junk in it, tons of junk. Probably a lot of tools. So anyway, this will all be removed. It'll be removed down to as minimal as we can possibly get, just to have a nice clean space. Here's, you can't really see it, but here's the walkout door that goes to the back. And then more basement space. Good thing is all the concrete block looks to be in great shape. So down here we will remove everything, get it into a nice clean functional space, and then we will paint all of the concrete block throughout. See down here, that looks like an updated panel at some point. That's probably not the original. And then there's a sub panel next to it that I don't even know if it's functional at this point. There we go. And here, it's kind of just another part of it. So there was, I think that's the old electrical box. Water heater. Looks like it's got some age on it. That'll likely be replaced. And furnace is non-existent. So that we'll definitely have a new furnace in here. And all the rest of this will just be cleaned up, removed, and painted. So that's about it. So here's the numbers on this house. We got it for $47,500, projecting about $25,000 rehab. Because it's really not that bad. It's really just a lot of cleanup. Get this guy back around. So what I say, $47,500 purchase, $25,000 rehab. So that puts us at 65, just a tad bit over 70. I'm projecting that we will sell this for probably, I think it's going to be pretty nice once it's done. I think it's going to be pretty appealing. So my guess is we'll get a sell price probably about the 130 range. I was originally projecting about 115, but you know, as my vision's coming together with a bathroom, I think we'll get more. I think it's going to look pretty good. So I think we'll get close to 125 to 130. So should put our profit, my guess will be 30 plus, probably about 35 on it. So should be a good profit, a really good return. So that's it. You guys, appreciate anybody that joined in. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna go get into another house that we closed on Friday as well. That one I'm likely going to wholesale, but I'm gonna take a video of that one as well. So feel free to join me here in a little bit. All right, see you guys.